There are some things and then again. There are some things and then and again. There are, after all, some other things. You might say, fortunately, one of the things that I like is a happy feeling. Yes, I like a happy feeling somewhat. I do, in fact. I prefer a happy feeling to a sad feeling. I prefer it because when one is having a happy feeling, one is well disposed and the humours are organised in relation to such as merited as original in the affair or moment, so to speak, and fairly. In the happy feeling, the spirit is elevated into a proud forgetting of mortality and doom as one is briefly dwelling there in happiness as in eternity and as in life. Alternatively, a sad feeling, the feeling of sadness, is disagreeable and bothersome in some degree, and the spirit is depressed in a forlorn certainty and awareness of defeat and of doom, and of a final passing into oblivion. One dwells here in sadness as consumed by a temporal ache and a hunger of everlasting regret. Feeling happy happens, that is to say, sometimes when something bad does not happen, and such involving a sense of good prevailing momently, such as, and for example, the kitten does not die. The kitten survives, and the kitten lingers in life and vitality for the time being, a sweet kitten. Feeling sad, on the other hand, occurs when the kitten does die. The kitten dies. And one knows that the kitten is dead. When one knows that the kitten is dead, one feels sad immediately, unless, however, it is the case that one is evil, in which eventuality one might feel nevertheless happy. In the aforementioned event, it is to be seen then that the phase or domain of happiness is not therefore the exclusive property of a good woman or a good man. To recap, in happiness, the spirit is elevated and one is overwhelmed momentarily in a happy and a rewarding illusion of permanence and of immortality. This fantasy, existing now by dint of the proximity of the apprehension or possibility or arguably the pseudo-apprehension of divinity. Sadness now, and on the other hand, is where the spirit is depressed and one is momently stripped and shorn and robbed of any illusion whatsoever, and singularly and powerfully returning to a very strong and clear awareness of mortality as invincible foe imminent to dissolve one finally into the certainty of death, the futility and the stupidity of the elaborate architecture and structure and machinations of one's own folly in bold and fanciful constructions and deliberations and elaborations of a terminal and an original and of an undeniably plain non-entity into a hope or belief of life is finally revealed now in a naked and in a bold clarity. And this is the way that it goes.